Struggling with Git? I'll explain my version control from beginner to pro in just 10 minutes. Let's get started.
All right, let's talk about the one tool that every single person in software needs to master. I don't care if you're a developer, a DevOps pro, or a data scientist, it's Git. So in this explainer, we're going to demystify Git and its partner in crime, GitHub, right from the very beginning. Because honestly, this stuff is the absolute bedrock of how we build software today.
Just look at this slide for a second. Oh man, we've all been there, haven't we? That panic-driven file naming system. You're just praying you don't accidentally overwrite that one crucial bit from 3 days ago. It is an absolute recipe for disaster.
Now, this nightmare scenario, this is the exact problem that a little thing called version control was built to solve. It's all about getting rid of this chaos and bringing some sanity and, more importantly, safety to your work.
So let's get into the solution itself, version control. We're going to break down what that term actually means and why it's so completely essential to the way software gets made.
You know, the easiest way to think about it is like having an infinite undo button for your entire project. A version control system, like Git, is watching everything. It logs every single change you make, who made it, and even why they made it. It means you can never really, truly lose your work. You can't accidentally overwrite that perfect version from last Tuesday.
And this is why it's such a game changer. You can literally go back in time to any point in your project's life. You get this perfect, clear history of every single change. And maybe the most important part? You and your whole team can work on different things at the same time, kind of like in parallel universes, without stepping on each other's toes.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. How do you actually use this stuff day to day? Well, it all boils down to a really simple, repeatable cycle of a few commands.
So this slide here, this is the core loop. It's a 3-step dance. First, use git add to tell Git exactly which changes you want to save. It's like packing specific items into a moving box. Then, you git commit. That's you sealing the box and writing a clear label on it saying what's inside. It's a permanent snapshot. And finally, git push. You ship that sealed box up to the cloud, to a shared space where everyone can see it. Add, commit, push. That's going to be your daily mantra.
And of course, you need a way to see what's going on, right? That's where these commands come in. Git status is basically your project's dashboard. Git diff lets you see the exact line-by-line changes you've made. And git log, well, that shows you the entire history of the project we've been talking about. So if add, commit, and push are the basics, then branching. Oh man, branching is where Git becomes a genuine superpower. This is the concept that really makes safe, collaborative work possible. Let's look at how this works. You have your main branch. This is your source of truth, the official, stable working code. You protect it like it's gold. So when you want to do any new work, you create a feature branch. This is just a parallel copy. It gives you the safe, isolated sandbox where you can build, experiment, and even break things without any risk to that stable main branch. This little diagram shows it perfectly. Your project is chugging along on the main line. Then, at point B, you decide to start a new feature, so you create a branch. Now you can make your own commits, C and D, on your own timeline, totally separate from main. Once your feature is done, tested, and ready to go, you just merge it back in at point E. Simple as that. Now, when you're on a team, you don't just merge your code whenever you feel like it. No way. You open something called a pull request, or a PR. This is you formally asking, hey team, I think my code is ready to be merged. It's the moment for everyone to review your changes, ask questions, suggest improvements, and basically make sure quality stays high before anything touches that precious main branch. It is the absolute heart of collaboration. So we've been talking a lot about Git, the tool running on your own computer. But where do these pull requests live? Where does all this teamwork actually happen? Well, that's where GitHub enters the picture. This is a super common point of confusion for beginners, so let's make it crystal clear. Git is the engine. It's the command line tool on your machine that does all the version tracking. GitHub is the cloud platform. It's the website where you host your projects and you use Git's engine to collaborate with everybody else. Git is the tool, GitHub is the place. Yeah, GitHub adds that whole collaborative layer on top. It's where you manage those pull requests, where you can track bugs and feature ideas with issues, and this is huge for DevOps, where you can automate all your testing and deployment with things like GitHub Actions. It is the central hub for your team and for pretty much the entire open source community. Now, as teams get bigger, they usually adopt a formal strategy for how they use branches. You might hear about complex ones like Git Flow, which has lots of different types of branches for releases and hotfixes, but honestly, most modern teams, especially in DevOps, prefer something much simpler called trunk-based development. The idea there is to use really short-lived branches and merge back into main all the time. It's all about moving fast and enabling continuous integration.
So, let's wrap this up. What are the key things to remember? First, Git is your safety net. It's always tracking everything so you can't really mess up. Your daily workflow is that simple trio: add, commit, push. Always use branches to keep your main branch clean and safe. Pull requests are where your team ensures quality. And finally, GitHub is the hub that brings it all together in the cloud.
So we've gone from the total chaos of Final v2 actual final to a powerful, safe, and collaborative way to build things. The safety net is there. The tools are ready to go, so the only real question left is, what amazing thing are you going to build with them?